Hey there. So I know you. I see you there. You have checked all the boxes of your life. Check, check, check. Maybe you did the school, or you were super driven and you found a great niche in the world and you crafted this incredible journey in corporate America, or you owned your own business. You have done the things. Woman, you're on it. You're smart, you're savvy, you're making money. You got all the things until you don't, right? And so what happens is that we all have been in places from time to time in our lives where we feel like we've got it nailed down, and then we can arrive somewhere in midlife and go, is this really it? There's kind of crickets. You have yeah, and that's not a great feeling because you did all the work, right? So in your 20s, you're industrious and you're figuring stuff out and you're trying to just like, who am I in the world? Where am I in the world? Figure your shit out. And then you're in your 30s and you're like, okay, you maybe kind of are starting to get in the swing of things and you're kind of getting the role, and maybe or maybe not, you're starting a family, maybe your marriage or partnership, whatever, right? And your career is maybe starting to really like take off, right? And all that stuff, the map of life that you were granted, right? Do you know what I'm talking about, the map of life? And somebody hands you a blueprint and they went, okay, here's how to do all the things the right way. I don't know what that means. And, but I was checking boxes. Have you been there? What boxes have you checked? Comment below. Right? I want to know which ones, right? The home, the right. Okay. Oh my God, let me go. Let's play games. This will be like bingo, only I don't have any like bananas to give you like a retirement home. Okay. So it's bingo. So let's see. I went to school. Check. Got married. Check. Went for my master's degree. Check. Bought my home. Check. Actually, three homes, okay. And, right. Did all, I mean, man. And then I had a kid, and then I have dogs. And a piece of the kid story didn't go quite the way I imagined, but that's a whole nother story, right? So, I mean, because that's just beside the point, right? We're like sticking to the blueprint, okay? Which of course everyone loves, because then people ask you why you don't have more children. Just saying, I mean, I may have experience in this, okay? And we're busy like doing the stuff, right? So like, do you feel me, right? And so now I'm like in my 40s, hey, and like, okay, I did this. And I did this too, and I did this piece. And I know I was told that this was definitely the answer. And somehow I got here and I went, is something different coming? Because I'm not sure this is working for me. Is this you? Anybody know what a midlife crisis is, right? Okay, so I'm just saying, right? I'm not saying, I'm just saying. I want to speak right in the heart of that because I think it's so important. And here's what I'm going to tell you. First of all, I want to introduce myself, right? So I'm Jen. I'm the founder and owner of Laughing Lotus Wellness. And we just played a game of bingo and I didn't even introduce myself to you. And I'm not starting over because that shit was funny. And so I'm Jennifer Zenzols. I'm a transformational purpose coach and expert. And what I do is work with high achieving successful women who have gotten to this place in their life. They did all the boxes. They did all the stuff. Lots of times I think they did it to take care of everybody else. And then they got here and went, but what's for me? What's next? And what I do is I really help them clarify why they're here, how they got here, and where they want to go, so that we can configure a new plan to help them change lanes in their path and really support them to step fully into the impact that they want to create. And let's face it, where we start in our careers in our 20s and 30s doesn't look the same in our 40s and 50s. It just doesn't. It's different. It morphs. We might have a similar foundation, right? But it's still going to look different. And so sometimes it's just a matter of in midlife reconfiguring where we are so that we can come up with something that feels so much more aligned with who we are, with that wisdom that we've earned, that hard-earned wisdom. And so that's what we're going to do today. We're going to be talking about manifesting purpose in midlife. I know, right? Manifesting purpose. How good does that sound? Here's what I'm going to tell you I learned. Ready? I'm going to tell you a lesson I learned. This video. Here's what I learned. A lot of people, I think they know what their purpose is. And I'm not picking on anybody. I think we sort of think we know. We think it's a task. We think it's a role. And many people think it is about impact and service, which it totally is. That's how the purpose plays out, if you will. Okay. But there's actually even deeper layers to you yet. And that's my very favorite thing of helping people uncover, because lots of times by the time a coaching client has landed in my wheelhouse, they're covered by all kinds of stuff, conditioning, stories, ideas, belief systems about things that they shouldn't be doing in their lives. I just listed a whole bunch for you. And somehow they got there, and despite jumping through all the life hoops and following the map, they've landed in Shitsville. And so this is where I come in. So I absolutely love helping people kind of reconfigure. That's what I love to do. And so I do that using a whole host of information that I'm using from my past clinical social work experience of over 20 years, provided a lot of psychotherapy, 15,000 hours of psychotherapy, which is crazy. And then I just combine my very favorite healing modalities for a choose your own adventure style fun buffet of figuring this out. And so manifesting purpose in midlife requires some things. It's like we're making a cake. I don't even know where this is coming from today. We're making a cake. Just go with it. And so the ingredients look like, we need to know our unique talents and gifts, right? We need to know what our strengths are. We need to understand what we want to do with that, right? So you have to really understand what you're made of. And then you want to have an intention for the world, for your life, right? You want to have some intention for what you're going to do here, right? You want to, and here's what you got to do. And here's the piece that gets missed the most. This is the piece that gets missed. I can talk to people to mindset all day long. People are like, oh yeah, a mindset. Yeah, Jen, speak to the mindset, which is great, right? Mindset's good. And the piece that most people are missing is the energy. Now you're like, Jen, what the hell does that mean? What does the energy got to do with anything? Okay. So you've all heard of the law of attraction, right? Which is that like energy attracts like energy, right? So whatever energy you're walking around in the world with, you're going to pull it in. And mindset does play into energy. So the beautiful thing is those things kind of stack. So if we're making a cake, right? So far we've got the flour. If we're okay to have gluten. So we're gonna, I'm not laughing at anybody that's gluten intolerant. I'm already offending half of the population. So I'm gonna throw some flour in the cake. Hope to God that someone that has gluten intolerance doesn't eat it, because that would make me feel terrible. And then I'm gonna throw in, right, and so that's the unique talents and gifts. Cool, okay? And then I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna add some sugar, because who wants a not sugary piece of cake? And so I'm gonna add that in, and that's understanding my intentions, and I'm gonna throw in some mindset in there, and so I'm getting a vision, right? And then what I've got to do is I've got to add in the energy. So now I'm like, oh, now it's like the eggs, and of course that's also not for someone who's vegan. So far I'm making a cake that it only applies to a very small number of people in the world, and I'm very, very sorry. And so what we're going to do is we're going to add in eggs, baking powder, baking soda, and I mean, if we're really feeling saucy, we could add some chocolate in there. I mean, what the hell? Or some vanilla. Vanilla bean paste is even better, just in case you're actually making a cake. And what you're going to do is you're going to put that all together, and pretty soon now we're really cooking. Get it? This could be the most cringy video I've ever made in my whole life. And now we're baking our cake. And so now we're really getting somewhere, right? But what we're really getting after is that you are actually a unique energy. The way that you show up in the world is what makes you magic. And in order to manifest that, we have to understand it. We have to understand who we are, what our unique gifts and talents are, what we want to do with that in the world, the impact that we want to create. There is this literal recipe, right? So this is where this came from, this cooking analogy, because there's literally a recipe of things that we need. And so we combine all those things together, throw in energy, and now I've got this purpose that I've manifested. And that's really where I love taking people, because it's so powerful to watch them like, okay, they've got some of this is wisdom people already have. You don't come to me like a blank slate, like you've been a place, right? By the time you're midlife, you've been around the block. So it's fun because my midlife clients come in and they're ready to hit the ground running, and they know so much of this, but we have to kind of go in and get a little bit of detail, like clarify things just a little bit. And so I wanted to share that recipe, right? This idea that there are pieces that go together that help us really manifest our purpose and understand that. And the other piece I'm going to tell you, and this is a big one, this is a biggie, lean in. You need people. You need support. And so when I say that, someone's going to go, okay, and I get it, right? I know, I understand you. And here's what I'm going to tell you. I don't know if I ever stuck my nose up at like support and response. Like in that way because I have been in like therapy, I've held therapy groups, like I done all the things, like been in community myself, and been to therapy, receive healing modality, like I do all the things, right? So, but I can kind of understand if someone comes at me and says, you need this, I'd be like, because I have a saucy 17-year-old perpetually standing with her hip jutted out and her hand on her waist, I'm saying it's sassy. But I'm going to tell you, I think you need this. I really do believe that having guidance, and that is what all those modalities have given me. I have done all of the stuff. When I tell you I have done a lot of different healing modalities, I've experienced them myself, and they all add something to the journey. What's unique about my coaching is that I bring a lot of that all to the table in one fell swoop. And so that's something that is unique to the way that I coach, that a lot of people are either providing psychotherapy or they're providing Reiki or they're providing emotion code or they're doing these things, right? What's really powerful is stacking in this idea. And for those of you that are new to me, you know I talk about layers, right? So of course you're made up of layers and you heal in layers. And so don't you just love this cake analogy that's continued, right? So it's like a really beautiful, glorious layered cake. And the more that we stack in these incredible tools, the deeper and more delicious the cake. So really what you're getting is the deeper result. And that's really what people want, right? We don't have time. At this age and place in our lives, we don't got time for bullshit. Am I right? If I still have you and it's 11 minutes in, thank you. I know your time's valuable. I'm almost done. And what I want to say is I respect that. And I also know that we're tired of BS. So we also don't want to go through more stuff and try more things on and see if things work, and like it's exhausting. And by the age of 40, you're just like, I'm done. Okay. And so that's what I'm saying to you is I want you to manifest your purpose. I want you to understand what that looks and feels like. And I want to give you the ingredients that all combine together to create this incredible cake. And I want you to know that I'm making cakes of vegan variety and vegetarian variety and gluten-free variety. There's every single kind of cake in my bakery. And so I just want you to know that, right, this applies across the board. You guys know I'm totally teasing, but right, it applies across the board, these ideas. So I want you to be able to harness them, take them, and use them to your capacity so that you can be standing fully in your purpose. To reconfigure in midlife, you get permission. You have the right to invent yourself over and over and over again, as many freaking times as it takes to get to where you feel like you love to get up every freaking day. If you're asking yourself if this is it in your life, then the answer is a big effing no. This is not it. This is not all that there is for your life. Not by a long effing shot. And so if you were asking yourself that, my dear friend, freaking lean in, get support. And you don't have to hire me. Yo, I'm serious. I don't care where you go do this. Find the person that fits best for you. I know I'm high energy and I'm not going to be everyone's cup of tea. But I am telling you, go get support for this. If it's something that you're interested in talking about with me, I'd love to do that. If it's going somewhere else to find someone that is talking about the same stuff, please go do it. I really, truly believe it's a game changer in your life. It has changed mine. I have been through this journey, and it's why I offer this journey. This is so personal to me. And it is now a platform that I'm standing upon to reach 1 million people, 1 million women to change their lives. And after that, I'm coming for the youngsters because I want young adults to be doing this as well. And so I just want to drop in and tell you these are the things that we do to manifest purpose. I want to invite you into that. And today what I'm going to offer up is if you're interested in learning more, you can do one of two things, which is totally against the rules of marketing. Listen to this. This is what I'm giving myself permission to give you two options today. What? I know. One is that you just go to my website, laughinglotuswellness.com. I've got purpose tools right listed in the little search bar. There's a ton of videos and information and content in there. Tons. I mean it, right? Okay, that's one. Second, and I know this is crazy talk. I don't want to confuse you. They say I confuse mine won't buy, but I'm pretty sure that if I give you two options, I feel like it's like Pepsi or Coke. Pepsi or Coke, comment below. Comment below. Okay. One, you can go to my website. You can go right over to all those tools, check it out, right? So let's say you're like low maintenance, you're like, I don't know about this one. I don't know about you. You go check it out. Okay, it's right there. Peruse. Freebie, nothing costs you anything. Go luck. If you're like, you know what? This crazy lady that she's talking and she swear little and she's a little funny and I like kind of get her analogy and I need something different. I want to talk to her. Reach out to me and we will get on a call. We will get on a rise on your path to purpose phone call, and we will talk about some tools and skills. I'll guarantee you walk away with something. I also guarantee you I don't hard sell anybody shit. I don't got time for that. I'm gonna be honest with you. I am 40 years old, I'm almost 50 years old. Let me tell you what. I don't got time for working with people that don't want to work with me. I just don't. I have no desire. So if we get on a call and you're like, you're still going to walk away with something, okay? And best case scenario is you're like, oh, this lady knows a thing, and I think that she would be kind of fun to work with. Awesome. I am not a hard sales tactic person. I'm not. It just doesn't suit me. So I really, truly believe that the right people show up at the right time in the right way, and I trust that. And so just trust me. We can get on a call, and I'm not going to hard sell you anything. I am going to help support you on your journey to purpose. And you're going to walk away with some resources and tools, I promise. That is what I guarantee you. Get on a call with me, you're going to walk away with something that you didn't know before you got on with me. So that was a longer video than I intended, but I had big things to say, so it is what it is. And boy, I broke the rules. Breaking the rules left and right today. This is my midlife ninja skill. You'd almost think I had like 16 cups of coffee today, but I didn't, I swear. All right, my loves, I'm sending you blessings, love, and light. This is Jen signing off. As always, supporting you to rise on your path to purpose. And by God, I gave you not one, but two options today. So if you're very confused, reach out. I'm sure I could support you, but I think you've got it. I think in midlife, you could probably hold two different ideas together at the same time. What do you think? Okay. Let me know if I can support you on your rise on your path to purpose, because that is what I'm here to do, and sending you blessings, love, and light. Until next time.